that Star Wars is, which is much more of a fantasy base.
I don't know what Player of Games from the Culture series is.
Yeah, we have. I don't think you or I have read the Culture
Right Nightmare.
series.
Right Nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't. Is that related to Foundation?
No,
Okay.
this is by Ian M. Banks. It's a series that that Cameron has read a lot of or all of, and I keep meaning to go starting it, and because I've heard it's a very interesting series, and it's fun in its own way. So Foundation has been fun.
I
Like I've been enjoying bits of it.
I don't. The parts that I find interesting are not the parts they want to focus on all
Yes.
the time. And then I get, man, it's like reading Dune all over again. It's like, yeah, here's, yes, let's read this. This is cool. Oh, we're going to talk about this now? Really?
Yeah.
Well, call me when we're back to the other people. Thank you very much. I don't know. It looks very pretty. I'm sure it's well done. I've never read Foundation, but
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I mean, my biggest complaint with it is that every storyline as it's happening, because you have to tell so much in an hour, right? It's like every storyline as it's happening, you would cut back about 3 or 4 times to what's going on throughout the storylines on each side, and the episodes tend to start with a I don't want to say conclusion, but that the tension is relieved somewhat from what you were left off with the last episode for just about everybody, and then it builds to new tension for everybody involved. So you're always left on a cliffhanger in some way with what everyone has been going through.
yeah.
And I'm like, every episode is written like this. It feels like that I'm always constantly, consistently having multiple cliffhangers waiting to take me to the next episode.
I don't care about the people who are making the Foundation. I don't care about the guy who's the math messiah or whatever they call him.
Harry Seldon, yeah.
And Grace, is it Grace who? No, Gail. Gail I kind of liked, but then they like whipped away from her, and so I just lost interest in her right away. And I'm just like, just tell me about the Empire people and the one who's just like, oh no, I need to get out of here. Those are the ones I kind of want to focus in on. Although, I don't know if they're about to hurt all that off on me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's only one episode left in the season.
Oh well.
And we'll see how that comes together. And the thing that I'd heard, I have no way to back this up.
Okay.
But the thing that I've heard is that they're writing Foundation as if it's going to be 80 episodes long.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's.
I think the original Star Trek was 79, and that was 3 seasons. So they're writing this thing to be quite a length, and they're only doing like 9 or 10 episode seasons. So I'm like, so they intend for this to go out for quite some distance, and it's kind of I think that's very interesting.
I mean,
if that's what they're going to do, I don't know if that's true.
I worry that knowing that information, me personally knowing that information, means that there'll be a point where I hit like maybe 2 episodes in a row where I'm like, yeah, okay, I have different things to do with my time that are more interesting for me, and I'm just gonna
69, not 79. Thank you.
And that's fine. It doesn't have to be for me. I don't know.
Also, please don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't watch this thing because it's not great, or that you think it's not great, or that other people have said, hey, this thing's not great.
I wouldn't take my barometer over whether or not this show is good.
Yeah.
I haven't read the books, so I don't really know the storyline, and I have a completely different interest set for I think what this show wants to do sometimes.
Yeah. It's the trick about how entertainment works, right? It's like I tried reading Foundation. I got 3 pages into it. This is in class. This is while I was in high school. I was like, I'm going to read Foundation because it's a foundational piece of modern English sci-fi. I'm going to read this thing. I got 3 pages in. I'm like, I can't stick to it. I can't follow it. I don't understand why it's not grabbing my interest. I'm like, this is not going to happen for me. I tried. I think I tried a second time. And I'm like, I just can't remember what's happening here. And so I just put it down, like, it's not going to happen for me. I'm not going to read it. I could probably read it now and enjoy it, because I think maybe I've made a whole bunch of connections of neurons and whatnot and can actually get there. But I definitely think that if you have access to be able to watch it, then go ahead and watch it. Whether you have Apple TV Plus or a friend of yours does, or somebody has some means of getting you access to it in some other way, If you want to watch it, I'd say yeah, go ahead and watch it. See if you like it or not. It might be a thing you're like, yeah, I like this even if I haven't read the books, or I like this despite having read the books. And
I mean, sometimes different mediums make things more enjoyable for different people.
Oh, yeah.
Too, because sometimes books are like it's not necessarily like the book is bad. It's just maybe it's paced in a different way than like a TV show is paced or a movie is paced, and so maybe you find those
Yeah.
different formats more enjoyable for the same story.
I think Douglas Adams he preferred listening to the BBC radio show versus having his own books. That was like the radio show was fantastic, so he was really
I love
pushing
the
that.
radio show.
He didn't want to write the books. It was just the lucrative thing to do at that point.
I guess.
I should
Like,
go listen to the radio show.
I think Miyazaki, Hayao Miyazaki, even said that his favorite version of Porco Rosso is the one that's the French dub,
Oh,
Oh, I'll bet.
right?
Yeah.
It's good to see you, Molly and Carrie.
Even if it takes place
And-
in Italy,
and-
it's still like the French dub is like
Gwenny?
probably more on.
And Gwenny.
It's like,
Mrs. Gwenny.
you got it.